The storm I'm tracking, there's a pretty healthy cell moving over Bynum right now, which is just to my north, and it doesn't look real organized just yet, but what we're looking at is this is just the leading edge of the storm. You can really see where that storm cuts off, and the sky is definitely talking out here. It's calving season, so I wanted to start things off with our newborn livestock impact chart. This is showing us feels like temperatures and winds to show us where the highest risks are. So for this Tuesday afternoon, it's going to remain in eastern and northeastern Montana. That's where the strongest winds will be. Well, Keely, Thursday is kind of the last day where we're going to see those above average temperatures as we head toward the weekend. Completely different story. Wanted to show you some of the updated snow totals. Check this out. So we were below normal, then well above normal, about 8 degrees or so, dropped down. And then this last cold snap put us 46 degrees below normal for this time of the year. Pretty crazy, right? All right, breaking down our wind chill forecast for Wednesday. 6 a.m. tomorrow, starting the day out about 23 degrees below feels like temperature, all right, factoring in the wind. And it's not going to take a lot of wind. We're only looking at about 4 to 5 mile an hour gusts. So really very insignificant winds, but with temperatures as cold as they are, it's not going to take much to keep those in the dangerous category. So far, we've seen about 8 inches of rain in some areas over the past 3 days in this area as well. Moving a little bit further south into Lewis and Clark County, a gust of 4 to 8 inches of rain throughout Lewis and Clark County. And then, of course, we still do remain under a flood watch for much of central Montana. Now, coming up shortly, I'm going to give you a more detailed look at when these systems are expected to move out of Montana, but we're going to continue that team coverage. Wanted to start things off by kind of talking about our next winter storm that's going to be impacting us this weekend. So with that said, to kind of show you exactly what we've got going on, I wanted to start off with water vapor imagery. This is basically a satellite image showing us just how much moisture we have to work with in the atmosphere, and it really gives us a textbook view of that area of low pressure that's going to be our next weather maker as we head into the weekend. Might be a good week temperature-wise to get the Christmas lights up. And check it out, there is the beautiful tree downtown Great Falls right now on the U.S. Bank iCam, currently sitting at a chilly 32 degrees, right at freezing, but the good news is no moisture. So if there is any kind of drainage from any melted snow, I know we just got a little skiff. We missed a lot of that. I thought we were going to get a little bit more snow this past weekend, but it kind of dodged right around us. So we got the cathedral there in the background here in Helena on the Opportunity Bank iCam, currently sitting at 21 degrees, a little bit of a breeze out of the west at 5 miles an hour.
Right, I can see the grass kind of poking through there. That doesn't seem like, I don't know,
you got to get
too
it
bad of
packed
a
down.
winter.
You know,
Right,
you got to
I
get that
guess.
snow all packed down and run the same track every time.
I feel like you know a thing or two about sledding.
Yeah.
Which I hear our meteorologist Elizabeth Copeland actually has never been sledding. I should probably wait till she's here to defend herself.
There's tactics, you know, and
Right.
there's tricks.
We might have to take her out though.
I think
you
so.
might
We're all going to come back and
experienced
like,
sledder.
you know, arm slings and bruises, and you can't just go sledding.
Right. You can't really like point to your dew points if you have a broken arm.
Yeah, exactly, right. But, you know, speaking of snow, I think we're going to stay all right, at least for a few days. The winds, believe it or not, kind of helping to bump those temperatures a couple of notches today, but very significant winds out there. We're looking at a high wind warning, all the areas in yellow here. So that's Glacier, Pend Oreille, Toole County. Currently set through tonight at 10 p.m. Would not be at all surprised if this warning is extended into the early morning hours Wednesday. We'll show you why those winds are kind of expected to ramp back up. So here's kind of what we're tracking throughout the area. Wind is the big story. That's going to take us through Tuesday evening into the early morning hours Wednesday. Some mountain snow and rain is expected. Not much, though, really staying west of the divide. The big impact is southwesterly winds, 35 to 45 miles an hour, significant gusts up to 75 miles an hour in that highlighted region. So as for our wind forecast, here's how things are going to play out. 30 to 40 early this morning at 7 a.m. As the day progresses, winds becoming a little bit more expansive into central Montana, 30 to 40 miles an hour here in Great Falls. Not nearly as bad, though, across south central Montana. Basically, if you were to take a line from Great Falls to Lewistown south, breezy, but not too bad. Those winds staying more to the north. They're going to die down a little bit this afternoon and evening. Not bad, about 10 to 20, but don't let that fool you. Keep your eye up here along the high line. They kick right back up later tonight into midnight, about 40 to 50. So that's why I said I would not be surprised if that high wind warning is either reissued or extended, especially along the high line there from Cutbank into Havre. Now with the winds, kind of interesting, when the winds come over the mountains, they actually compress and heat up a little bit. So that's helping drive our temperatures well above seasonal averages. 56 in Great Falls, 50 degrees in Lewistown today. A few 40s and 30s in the northeastern corner and 50s even along the High Line. Tonight, a little bit brisk, but not too bad. 38 in Great Falls, 34 in Lewistown, even Jordan reading in at 34 tonight. Long term, here's how things are going to play out for us. So that weather system we've got today, we're bumping up to Wednesday now, is going to continue to move out of the area. Most of the snow just kind of staying over the mountains, nothing making its way throughout central or eastern Montana. But keep your eye on this area of low pressure. That's going to be our next weather maker. It's going to do a couple of things for us. The main thing it's going to do, especially around Thursday evening, we're going to get a pretty significant dip in the jet stream. Once that dip happens, it's going to allow for that cold Arctic air to settle into Montana. And on top of that, this area of low pressure is going to drag moisture into the region. Now, right now, forecast models aren't trending toward heavy snow. They're trending toward very cold temperatures, but not much in the way of snow. They're trying to keep a lot of that snow to our south, so we're going to monitor that very closely. But here's how it plays out on the next 7 days. Strong winds today, 56 degrees in Great Falls. Then slowly but surely, temperatures tapering off all week long. Bundle up. It's getting cold on Saturday. 36 is all for a daytime high. Here in Helena, 47, a little bit breezy, not as bad as what we're experiencing along the High Line. And then it's getting downright cold on Saturday. Yeah, too cold on Sunday. And enough already by Monday with 31 for your daytime high.